having to look beside this guy. I mean, come on, it's just not fair, man. Okay. It is with immense pride and joy and excitement that I welcome back to the Belfast Giants Challenge Cup double winner, league winner, defenseman Kevin Raine. Rainer, you're a man that needs no introduction to the fan base. Welcome back. It's great to see you. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing all these months and where we find you in the world right now?
Well, Joel, man, first thing I got to say is I am pumped to be back, and I'm pumped to be getting to speak to you right here, right now. It's been a year. It's been a wild year, and I'm excited to return to Belfast to play. And I guess we can get into here shortly about what this last year has looked like for the both of us.
It's probably best that we do a little bit of catch up. Obviously, the last time everybody saw you, you were crushing people against the boards and winning pucks and scoring the odd goal as well. And then the whole world came crashing down around us, and you were really one of the last people I saw personally before lockdown. So tell me a little bit about what's been happening since then. You're back in Ontario. You're back home.
Yeah, I've been back home ever since lockdown happened, ever since the season got shut down last year. And, scary time. It's been a really tough year on everyone. Return home and kind of sit and wait and hope. And that's kind of how I went about it the first few months of being home. And then eventually I kind of had to decide, all right, let's get moving here. And so that saw me in a couple of different gigs, couple of different jobs. And so ever since been really busy and been at work the whole time, while of course trying to, maintain my fitness, and always kind of in the back of my mind that I'll be returning to play. And so here we are. Work finished for me 2 days ago. And, now I get to go full speed at the training. And now that this is all confirmed and ready to go, I have a little bit more to work for when I'm spending my hour or two working out every day.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about a couple of really exciting things that you kind of threw your time and your passion into during those pandemic months. But first of all, whenever you talk about work, can you tell the people a little bit about what you've been doing for the last kind of year and a half?
Yeah, so when I went home, like I said, I spent 2 months kind of kicking it, not doing much. And then I don't do well with that. I don't do well at sitting still. And so what I did is I took a job with Miller, who is a construction company here locally. And I was paving roads for all of last summer, which was a great substitute for hockey because it was still 15 guys hanging out every day. And so long days, long hours, hard work. But, looking back on that, really grateful for my time doing that. And, of course, being in Canada, Canadian winters, it's a seasonal job. And so when the snow hit, I stepped into a job in the classroom where I was working one-on-one with a young lad needing extra assistance. And so total shift of gears. That job wasn't exactly the camaraderie and the similarities I was able to see out of the previous job, but learned a lot. I got to be patient, working with kids, and my particular little guy, he's awesome. We really created a bond. Just 2 days ago was the last day of school, and so now that's over. That's done with. But two very different jobs. Of course, with the whole strategy of mine being get essential, and so. I just wanted to take on jobs that, regardless of how bad this pandemic storm got, so to speak, that I'd be secure in a job, I'd be able to keep busy and remain on a payroll. And so
something that I personally was very moved by and very inspired by during those months. You produced sort of a series of interviews with key people from your world, your life, your hometown, sort of focused around mental health, mental well-being, and well-being in general. Will you talk to me a little bit about your inspiration for that and how that came about?
Yeah, I mean, this pandemic's been tough on myself. It's been tough on anybody I've spoken to. And then, after going forward in that interview series, you find out that it's affecting a lot more people than I even thought, right? People who, after seeing me in those discussions, felt urged or compelled to have the confidence in sharing maybe their story with me or getting into a sidebar conversation with myself. And so that's seen friends of mine, really dear friends of mine, come forward, feeling a little bit more confidently about speaking about maybe the issues that they're facing on a day-to-day or whatever. And so it's seen a couple of my friendships really strengthen, because now, while we're sending the memes, sending the Snapchat, sending whatever, talking how we day-to-day stuff, it kind of comes back to like a how are you, and then we get to be really real about that. And I think that I know for me that's something that I appreciate being able to talk about, something I have become more and more comfortable in speaking on, and something I'm proud to have encouraged a few other people to be able to do the same. And so, ultimately, it started with an idea to cut my hair. It still hasn't happened. In the trying to decide how that was going to look, how that was going to work, where monies might go, etc. I kind of came to determine that it's not so much a money thing, at least in my immediate opinion, and how I could make an impact. It's more of an awareness thing. It's more me being able to show my vulnerability in discussing these topics, and passing that on to somebody who else will then be able to do the same, and then be able to do that for somebody else, and then you create these ripples of people just speaking their truth, and being open, being honest, and getting some stuff out that they might have held inside. And so, the inspiration, I guess, is the idea that I myself struggle, and in the case of the last year, I just worry that people feel the same way I do at times. And so, just getting to share stories, get to share discussion, and the more variety I can bring to those discussions through the different kinds of guests, different kinds of people I speak to, as it becomes more and more diverse, the more and more people can hear those messages.
I no doubt would encourage any Giants fan, hockey fan in general, to go and dig for those and take a look through them. They're something that I find personally very, very strengthening during some very dark times and tough months. But it's fantastic to look at that and then look at where we are now, and to be talking about you making a return to Belfast, and something that means so much to so many people. Before we talk about the future, I'd love to talk about your time in Belfast, and you will need no introduction to the Giants and indeed the wider AIHL fan base. Those seasons in Belfast, you obviously helped to secure the Challenge Cup for the first time in over 10 years in 2017-18. And then, of course, in 18-19, you went and did the League and Cup double. Talk to me about your fondest memories, both on and off the ice, from that period of success in Belfast.
Well, I mean, the people that you get to meet, and the roommates I've had, and the teammates I've had, and the experiences we've had on the ice, all kind of just create this slideshow or collage of these just really great memories, whether that be at the rink or away from the rink. And getting to win the Challenge Cup back-to-back years, and then getting to win the league title in a hotel lobby, and the list can go on and on. It's a special place for me, and it's been a special place, and will continue to be a special place. And ultimately, had Belfast not had a season this year, I don't know that I would have played, because I did know that I wanted to return to Belfast to continue to play for Belfast Giants, and to continue to see how this personal best stuff might be able to unfold. And so, a lot of great memories, a lot of great friendships, a lot of great bonds, and ones that continue to strengthen as I get to return. And I myself have gone through a lot of personal growth, and have got to prove that and show that to the likes of my bosses, and the likes of the people I might run into again this time around in Belfast. And excited to I guess apply new skills, and continue to build these relationships and experiences.
What are your ambitions of getting back onto the ice under Adam Keefe and with that team around you? No doubt there'll be a couple of faces you recognise. There may be quite a few that you don't. Is it reasonable to want to hit the ground running and to be challenging for titles right away, or are we just happy to have hockey back in Belfast?
I have all the faith and trust in both Kiefer and Thorts to build a roster and team that will have a chance at winning. And that's something that we talked about in discussions around my return to Belfast. And what a time it is to get everyone back for, say, that first game at the SSE, when there's kind of that we made it element, as we've had this year of whether it be isolation or losing jobs, or the struggles that people have endured through this period, only to be able to return and regain that sense of community and be able to watch the Giants again. I think it's an amazing turn of the page and an amazing way forward, and I'm truly excited to be part of that roster that gets to have their names announced and get their first 3 quick strides and go through that tunnel. I think it's something I'm really excited for. And then of course, as we get to drop the puck, come together, right, man. Well, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled and excited for everyone that gets to experience that the first night back, and I got chills thinking about it.
As you continue the preparations then physically in terms of getting into game shape and getting yourself back over to Belfast, is that something that you sort of keep in your head as a driving force, the atmosphere and the feeling and the meaning of that first night in the arena?
Yeah. I mean, every the whole thought of going back, the whole thought of returning, the whole thought of the year off, and I'm able to pull inspiration from a lot of different places as I train and prepare. But of course, one of those big ones is being able to, if not match previous product I've been able to personally, showcase. Not only do I want to be as good as, I want to be better than I was, right? And I think that anybody that's taking some time away, or anybody that gets to step back on the ice, want to be their own personal best version of what they can be. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to be better every day, and that's as a person and as a hockey player.
Rainer, it's clear that you've missed the same things that everyone across Belfast and across Northern Ireland has missed. You're someone that is key and core to the squad, and it's no surprise that whenever people were asked about re-signings online, your name came up over and over and over again. So I'm sure that everyone watching this will be as delighted as I am, and all opposition fans will be dreading it the same way they used to. Can't wait to see you back here in Belfast. Good luck with the preparations, and we'll see you over here very soon.
Thank you so much, and excited to see you too.